Hello, welcome back to Neil and Jan Resellers.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, hope you had a good Christmas. I know we've been very quiet over this period. I've actually not been that well. My Hashimoto's has meant that I haven't had the energy or the concentration to do much.
And it means when he's ill, I have to try and pick up the slack from the things that he doesn't do. So that really hits me quite badly as well. And we haven't been doing a lot with the reselling, have we? So there's not been a lot to say.
I actually do have I know there's at least one film that actually needs editing from last year. I'll try and get that on at some point, but I say I just haven't had the concentration to be able to edit it and stuff like that. However, today I've actually had a few sales, so I thought we'd kind of show.
I had a really quiet spell all over Christmas.
Yeah.
Had some near misses. The hunter boots that I put on, somebody gave me a ridiculous offer on those and turned that down. And then they kept coming back with like 50p more and things like that. I thought, no, I'm not having any of that. And then something else. And then I had a lady from Hawaii wanted to buy one of the jigsaw puzzles. Right. I've got on, and she said because she's got black cats and it had black cats in it, and she really needed this jigsaw puzzle. But the global shipping thing, that the postage that they were telling her was $30 odd.
Yeah.
And I said, well, do you really want to pay $30 odd for postage on a jigsaw puzzle? The puzzle's not worth that. So, and there were so many messages went backwards and forwards. In the end, I said, look, we're going to end up on each other's Christmas card list next year, because.
Yeah.
But. In the end, she took my advice and didn't buy it because I just thought it's ridiculous to pay that much postage. So that was a sale that went. But then I had a couple of sales that I was really thrilled about because they're things that have been in my cupboard since the 70s, literally. And, after all, that's what I wanted to do, is start clearing.
Oh, that looks out.
Clearing some of our original mess in the house. So to get rid of two things, it was some old Queen's Jubilee goblets or something from the 70s and an old plant pot, so that went. And then it just went completely dead all over Christmas. Then a couple of days ago I had a mug sale. I think I bought a set of 3 mugs for £1, and one of those went for £4.50. And then the next day the lady that bought that one bought another one from the set for £6. The first one had a tiny scratch on it, but the second one was okay. And then this morning I had the tie rack. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's the tie rack brand tie rack holder thing that I picked up for, I think it was 50p, and that went for £10.50 this morning. So I've had a little flurry, because it seems that once you sell one thing, then all of a sudden eBay just wakes up a little bit, and you get some more.
Absolutely. Well, I guess I've kind of had that. So,
he's got a little pile
I've got a nice little pile like Christmas present. So,
postage to go out. He's even saying you might have to take 2 trips to the post office to get rid of them.
This was a coffee, the coffee machine with the pods. That I think I picked up for about £3 or £4, and that's sold. I think that went for £17.50 plus postage.
Has that by any chance gone in the coffee machine box that we picked up? Yeah, because ironically, we got a coffee machine box out of a skip. There was a firm nearby that had just said, put a thing on Facebook, getting rid of everything, it's all in the skip, come and get it. By the time we got there, everything had gone, except from an empty coffee machine box.
Which is perfect, obviously, for putting the exact same coffee machine in.
And it had the instructions in it.
And it had the instructions in it, so that was cool. Then we've got a...
we're not above dumpster diving. No.
Then there was some Cotton Trader brown boots that we picked up on the £30 thing.
Oh, right, yeah. When we went down to, it was Burgess Hill we went to that time, wasn't it? Yeah, so that's part of
So that's part of that one.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's already that.
That's your post.
Oh, that's my tie rack.
That's the tie rack.
Which luckily fits through the mail thing for a large letter.
This one, it looks really big. It's but it's actually it is okay. This is the a Pyrex. This is a Pyrex casserole dish and lid. Then we have this is it's just a little bit that is a bracelet.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah, I found the bracelet, and then that's another bracelet in there. Only cheap, I think £1.10 for one bracelet. It's a bit of leather and it's like a metal bead on it. Then we have picked up this a while ago. This is the Tony Hawk's board that you stand on for the PlayStation 3, and I picked up the game for it as well. I think I played
at the same time, or did you get the game?
No,
separately?
I went and bought the game separately for about £3, and I bought this for £3, but I've sold this for 17. So £6 into
profit.
Yeah, so that's all right.
Profit as long as we're.
I had it on for more expensive. I thought it was going to go for more over Christmas, and then I've just dropped it down just because it's big enough that I want it gone. So I dropped it down and then it went. So that was pretty good. And then this one. This is a in-car not stereo. It's the DVD player for the two back seats. Yes, it's on the headrest. It's the same brand, but they're two different screens. So, but so I think.
So it wasn't bought as a set. It was bought.
It was bought
separately.
together, but it was.
No, you didn't buy it.
But
they didn't buy it as a set. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But it still went for £19. I think I probably might have paid a £5 for it, and it went for £19.50 plus postage.
And still worth it if you need to keep kids quiet on a long journey.
Well, yeah, for £20. Anyway. I mean, that's probably worth it just for one journey.
Well, when my kids were little, we'd be heading off to Wales, and 10 minutes down the road from the house, they'd be, "Are we nearly there?"
Oh, yeah. So that's all the bits that's going in the post. So now I've got to try and I'll probably do it in 2 lots. Just run down on the one wheel, and come back. It's dry out there at the minute, so we'll do that.
Right. So, do you have any plans for your eBay in the coming weeks and months?
Well, in the plumbing. No, I'm not going back to plumbing. Not doing that. No. What I've actually started doing, over Christmas, I wanted to try and get to a point where I'm listing 10 items every single day. And I wanted to get 140 items that were ready, so I had 2 weeks worth. It never happened. I was too ill. I just couldn't sort it out. So what I've started doing is every day I'm going to delist and end 10 items and then relist them as lists for similar, and that's what I've been doing over the last couple of days, which is what has actually started to get this moving. So I'm probably going to keep doing that and just keep adding stuff as I can. I want to build up to having a draft bank, and yeah, I've still got plenty of stuff at the moment to list, so we just have to see how it goes. Obviously trying to push the business on and get it to move to the next level this year. And obviously I want to try and aim to get to 10 items a day going out. That's my aim. How about you?
Well, I'm not sure if I mentioned it last time we did a video, but whether I did or I didn't, I'll say it again.
Say it again.
I've had a terrible habit of coming back from boot sales and things, and everything that I bought that week goes in that week's box.
Yeah.
Instead of putting it in a logical order.
Or listing it.
And well, no, I have been trying to list it as well, but it means that things aren't actually put away logically.
Yeah.
And, by nature, I'm very ordered and very tidy, or I was until I met him. And then it all just went right
me.
up there.
It's all me. My fault.
So what I need to do is take everything out, although I've got all my boxes numbered and listed in a book, I need to have all the Ladro in the same box and all the mugs in the same place and just make sense of it.
Yeah.
And, I want to really reclaim the lounge as a lounge.
Yes.
I'm fed up with living like this.
Yeah.
So
see how it goes. Oh, one other thing to address. We had someone mention about the amount that I say Now, there's part of the reason I could just be saying it for the sake of saying it. But what's But as a kid and still now, I stutter. And as a kid, I used to stutter quite badly. And some of what I do to not stutter is there are certain words that may make that happen, and I have to try and think around the conversation or what I'm trying to say without using those certain words.
well, it's not just words; it's the sound within a word. Because like you have problems with B's and P's.
Yeah.
And so he's got to then find the word that means the same but hasn't got a B or a P in it, and he's dyslexic as well.
And I'm dyslexic.
so that makes an added problem.
You've also I'm trying to say things and you put a filler in, and quite often it's and you don't think about it. You're trying to think about what else you're trying to say, and so there's quite a lot of in there. The other thing is with my Hashimoto's autoimmune disease, that affects the amount of mental energy that I have. It can be really hard sometimes when I'm struggling with that. I've got the whole stutter thing and I'm struggling to try and think about what I'm saying. It can be really hard, and I also can't be asked to sit there editing out all the I could do that, but I'm not going to.
When we first
it's me
met,
if you don't like
we
it.
met about 25, 26 years ago. I can't remember exactly when, but when we first met, his stammer was really, really bad, and it's very hard when you're with somebody who stammers a lot not to just give them a shove.
Get it out, get the word out.
Because it's like a stuck record. But what I actually did was, I knew that he could speak Japanese, and I said to him, "Do you stammer in Japanese?" No.
Apparently not, no.
Well, you said you didn't. I couldn't tell the difference.
Wouldn't be able to tell.
So I don't speak Japanese, so if he was stuttering in it or not, I wouldn't.
Watashi wa Neil desu. Dozo yoroshiku onegaishimasu. How do you do? Pleased to meet you. My name's Neil.
So, in finding out that he can speak in another language without stuttering, we adopted a method of speaking with a fake West Country accent.
Yeah.
So if he was getting stuck in his words, then we'd start talking it both of us because it would encourage him to do it. It just took him out of that. It's like people who stammer don't stammer when they sing.
Yeah.
So you can either use a method of singing it out or another accent. It just kind of tricks the brain somehow.
Yeah.
But
it worked a bit.
After a few years of strange words of like talking.
How many cows have you got? Can I borrow your combine harvester?
That's not it at all.
No, I know.
It doesn't matter.
But anyway.
Doesn't matter now anyway. But now the only time that Neil's really gets bad is if it kind of signals that there's going something wrong in his brain. That's my going wrong in my brain. Something going wrong in his brain, which means he's most likely got a migraine coming.
Yeah.
So I sometimes can tell him you're about to have a migraine because...
Yeah, you can see by how much stuttering I'm getting.
Yeah, you give up your ers and you go...
But anyway, somebody mentioned it and we thought we would address it so that you understand what's going on. And that it's not just a case of I'm trying to, but there is actually some underlying reasons of why it's there. I could just be really crap on video, and there's lots of anyway. But there's these other reasons. If you
watch or listen to most people, a lot of vloggers and people who do YouTube will actually edit out their filler words.
Yeah, but I have so many. That's half the film gone.
But for anybody who doesn't edit, and if you listen to them, Prince Charles uses a lot.
Right.
As a filler. Other people, I've got a friend who will say literally 5 times a sentence. It's not... I mean, sometimes when I'm watching it, I just start counting the literallys. And there are other people that I watch, and we all have our own phrases or words that we use repeatedly, but it kind of short circuits something in the brain.
Yeah.
I know on my YouTube channel that watching myself back, I seem to say I haven't got a clue what I'm doing an awful lot of the time, which is true. An awful lot of the time I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. But I hadn't realised how often I said it until I started listening to myself, so that gets a bit boring. But
anyway, let's make this the end. I think that's pretty much done for this film. I say we will be making more.
Just a little one, just to say we're still here, we're still alive, we're still falling apart at the seams.
Yeah,
but we do
nothing's
intend
changed.
to carry on with what we're doing. You know, we're still enjoying it when we get those sales. You know, that catching on the phone is
absolutely. It's still still that hit of
point of joy, isn't it? You know,
and obviously when we pick up a bargain. I love picking up a bargain, whether it's charity shop or boot sale. Looking forward to the boot sales cutting back in again. So hopefully they should be on soon. And we'll upload more as we have it. And I'll say, there's a little bit of backlog on a couple of things from last year. I'll stick those on as and when I can. And
I've been trying to persuade Neil that whilst editing is good, sometimes if you just make a film and throw it up, that's what I do all the time on my channel, because I don't know how to edit. So it's a case of it either goes on as it was filmed or it doesn't. And I keep trying to persuade Neil that if we just film it and do it, you know, when we do a live, you see us as we really are. And so why not just film us as we really are?
Exactly.
And then...
Anyway, I've got to get this lot off to the post office.
So... Neil is actually nearer to the camera than I am, so he's going to want to turn it off because it's my camera, he doesn't know how to do it.
Isn't it the same as it turns on?
It's a little red button on the top, yeah. Thank you, bye.
Great to see you.